try something different. It's been a little while. A lot of while. Last time I made one, it was called Beautiful Human. Talking about some of the important people in my life who are incredible people. I think it just started raining. That's perfect. I love it. It's actually probably a great theme for what I'm about to talk about right now for clarity. I've got this beautiful tree behind me. It's called the Friendship Oak. It's in Long Beach, Mississippi. If you've never seen it, check it out. It's really nice. And actually, it is raining. This is perfect. So, I don't know. Who cares? I am a roller coaster. In my emotions, in my life, and things I do, up, down, up, down, up, down. It is what it is. It's just who I've kind of always been. I've always been a lot. I've always struggled with a lot. I've always been more than I need to be. I've always been less than I should be. I've always struggled with self-doubt. I've always struggled with appreciation and a need to just be appreciated, or to at least be told that I'm being appreciated. And, you know, it's been a struggle for a long time. It's always been a thing, unfortunately, that I have like this extreme desire and need to just be like, hey, you did a great job. Thank you. Or just thank you. I appreciate what you've done. Or, you know, just recognized. Or whatever, really. I don't know why. I talked to my friends about it though, and I might have a solution. I might know. Probably being an only child. I mean, don't blame it on anything. I'm just saying, don't blame it on anything. But I mean, an only child, you'd think, would not have that problem, right? You would think, because I mean, they're the only kid. Like, you appreciate everything they do. They're the best. Everything they do is the greatest. When they're kids, everything's the greatest. But like, the same time, besides your parents, like, who do you ever really have? Like, growing up, like, who do you have? If you don't, like, where I grew up, I didn't really have neighbor kids in like the first like 3 houses that I lived in for like the first like till like 7th grade. I didn't really have neighbor kids like that. I just didn't. I mean, I had like one neighbor kid every time at every house. There was like one. And you know, I wasn't the kid that everybody wanted to hang out with. I wasn't like the cool kid. I wasn't that kid or whatever. Which again, I never gave a shit. Like in high school, I didn't care. Like people didn't like me. I didn't give a fuck. I hung out with I had my group of friends. I hung out with my friends and misfits, whatever you want to call them. And that's just who I hung out with. That's who I liked to be around. And then in college, it was completely different. Because in college, I didn't run my campus, but shit, I ran my campus. I went in and out of whatever dorms I wanted to. I went and hung out with all my friends. I knew all the RAs, all the RDs, all the people, all the desk workers. I knew faculty. I knew staff. I knew everybody on that campus. Why? Because I talked to everybody. Like literally, people walked by. My cousins came out down one time. We were throwing the football around, and every person walked by was like, "Oh, hey, what's up? Hey," which was a completely different experience from high school. Which is, I mean, great, really, because, I mean, college was where I thrived. I was finally out on my own. No one knew me. There were no preconceived notions. All my, you know, past high school mistakes and regrets went away, and I got to be a new person. There was no stigma behind me. I didn't have a stigma. But, I mean, I got older and I got out of college and I didn't really go anywhere. I went and worked at a dead-end shit job, making fucking minimum wage, just frustrated as hell and living in New York and fucking hated myself for it because it was shit. I mean, I spent all this money to go to college to do what? The same shit I could have done fucking straight out of high school. Pretty much. I mean, honestly, yeah, I could have just done it out of high school. And then now I do construction or I worked in the sports book. No matter where the fuck I went. I mean, I literally could have done it straight out of college. I didn't need anything to do I didn't have to go to college for any of it. But college was the best year. Like, that was the years that I thrived the most. I had good grades, had tons of friends. Like, I did everything I wanted to do. I just had a great experience. But while I had a great experience, I mean, I was always felt like either I was never enough, or no matter what I did, it wasn't the best. Like, in college, my grades were good, but they were B's. They weren't A's, they weren't A pluses, they weren't B pluses, they were just B's. It was never just good enough. It was always just good enough. It was just, I got skated by. Like, I just did what I had to do to get through. I never excelled at anything specifically. Or did I just go through college and no one ever told me I did a great job, so it didn't matter. I just did what I had to do to get through. And graduate. Say I graduated college. My mom didn't graduate college. My mom didn't graduate college. My dad didn't graduate college. So, I did. But what the fuck's the accomplishment in that? Like, honestly. I mean, for the appreciation factor for a fucking piece of paper that sits in my fucking house, it's in a bin, doesn't do shit for me. I'm actually standing on a college campus right now. This beautiful tree is on the college campus, right here in South Mississippi. And for what? What's the appreciation factor in going to fucking college and getting my degree? What did it do? What did it do for me? Honestly, nothing. It didn't do shit for me. Did I get oh, you graduated college, congratulations. What are you going to do with your life? I worked fucking construction. I worked at a casino. I worked at a call center. I worked at a fucking pizza shop. Several, actually. So, for what? How do you appreciate that? Oh, hey, I'm glad you went to college. Congratulations on your fucking degree, but hey, just waste it. For what? For what? For what fucking reason? There's no reason for it. Didn't do shit for me. I'm piled in fucking debt. Stressed out to the max about it all the fucking time. It just drives my fucking credit into the ground. But hearing that I did it was why I did it. Because I needed to be told that hey, you finished college, congratulations. Like, you did amazing. I don't know why the fuck I do things for other people's applause. Who the fuck cares? Fucking people don't matter. I mean, there are people that matter, but I mean, does it matter? Like, am I doing it for me? Or am I doing it for my family? Am I doing it for my friends? Am I doing it for loved ones? Am I doing it for strangers? Apparently I'm fucking doing it for everybody. Just because I want to be told that I did it. I did a good job. Congratulations. You did great. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. You're doing the right thing. It's frustrating. I've always felt like everybody always left. And if I didn't do enough to feel appreciated, then I wasn't doing enough. Because then they'd leave. Exes, friends, family, whoever. Someone was always going to go. So I always kept doing. I would do more, give more, express more, talk more, anything to keep the silence from staying away. Anything for someone to just under fucking stand that I just need you to fucking appreciate it. That all I ever want is someone to just tell me, thank you. Just feel like I'm necessary. I have a 4-year-old beautiful daughter. If it wasn't for her, what the fuck else would there be? I have exes. Yay. They all left. That's what an ex is, right? And from every relationship that I was in, it was just, like, let's build on the next one. Let's be better for the next person. Let's show them that I love and appreciate them. Let's show them that I'm doing everything I can. And it's not always good enough. Not always good enough. I have a beautiful 4-year-old daughter. And no matter what happens, I could yell at her, I could discipline her, she could get in trouble with me. We could have the best day, we could have the worst day. We could fight, argue. I don't listen, she don't listen. But at the end of every single day, she's always like, Daddy, I love you. And there's nothing more important than that. Like, that is the most important thing you could ever get. It's just that, just the appreciation of, like, that 4-year-old little girl who's literally everything. And the thing is like, I'm everything to her too. So, like, all she knows is that Daddy is there. And he'll be there. And he's going to show up when he says he's going to show up. And he's going to love you when he needs to love you. And he's going to discipline you when he needs to discipline you. And he's going to be there to support you when he needs to support you. And she never gives up on that because I always show up. And I appreciate what she does. And when she puts things away and when she listens and she does the right thing. And, even when she doesn't do the right thing, like, I always tell her, I'm like, listen, I love you. I said, I'm not yelling at you because I want to. I'm yelling at you because I have to. Because you have to learn that's not okay. You can't do that. But I love you and I appreciate you for listening to me. Like, and she'll apologize. And she says, Daddy, I'm sorry. And I love you. And I was like, baby, I love you too. Like, I'm not mad at you, but you got to understand, like, we can't do these things. But I'll always appreciate her and I'll always love her. And, she's my only child. So she has a sister, but that's my baby. Hopefully she doesn't grow up, hopefully she doesn't end up like this too, where she's just afraid of either being alone or just drives everyone away. Self-sabotage everything all the time and just regret it. And just wonder why. Wonder why every time something good just comes in, you just want to be like, cool. And fucking just boom. Like the home run derby last night, smash that shit out the park. It's like, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful lob. I love it. Bring it. Oh my God, it's everything I've ever wanted. Thank you so much. And then just fucking smash that shit right out the park. Just watch it go and be like, oh, hey, that's everything I've ever wanted. Like, why, where are you going? Why? 'Cause that's what I'm good at. Self-sabotage. And regret. You ever just say something, like, as soon as you say it, like, you can just feel the words coming out your mouth and you're just like, And then you have to look that person in the face and be like, oh, hey, like, I didn't want to say that. And I did. And I don't know why I said it. And I can't take it back, which is super frustrating because now it's out there. And, like, trying to put toothpaste back in the tube is really hard. Makes you feel real shitty. Talking about the friendship oak. Something different. Get out in nature. Let it rain on me a little bit. Breathe. Air. Record a podcast. And let people know it's just okay. Like, you don't always have to be appreciated, but you have to understand that not everybody appreciates people in the same way. And not everybody shows things in the same way. And not everybody is the same way. People are different. Some require patience. Some aren't as expressive. Some can love you and adore you without being so expressive. Some can appreciate you without telling you that they appreciate you. They show you in other ways. Some are tough love, some are not. Some are extremely emotional, some are extremely forward, some are extremely vocal. Some are whiny little bitches. Who cares? Everybody does things differently. And learning and appreciate other people's differences is a great thing. Sometimes it's hard. And sometimes those differences create unknown rifts. And sometimes those unknown rifts require patience. and just a little extra patience. Or you can overthink and fuck it all up. I'm the king. Self-sabotage. Regret. It's not fun, but it's real. I've had to put toothpaste back in the tube several times. Or try to. It's not a fun thing. It's very real. But for a person who talks as much as I do, because if you know me, I don't fucking stop. Ever. Ever. If you know me, you know I don't ever stop talking. For as much as I talk, I'm a really bad communicator. And that's very real. And I require appreciation, and I require reassurance in everything I do. It's the constant need to just be told that you're good, dude. Keep it up. So for those of you like me, let me tell you, I get it. You are appreciated. You are loved. And you're doing a great fucking job. That goes for parents, non-parents, people just trying to get through school, people trying to get through high school, get through college, just living. Just take time to appreciate yourself for how far you've come and what you've done. Because unfortunately, you're not always going to get that external validation. And if you require external validation and you're not getting it from a person that you want it from, maybe you just need to be a little more patient. Maybe just a little bit more. But no matter what, always wake up and remind yourself that you did it. You did this thing or that thing. Or celebrate your victories a little bit. I'm not saying get cocky, don't be an asshole. But you can celebrate yourself. You can celebrate the victory that you did, that you made, that you did it. You did the thing. Whatever that thing is, you did it. That you finished the project, or you read the book, or for some people, just you fucking got up. You got up today. And you fucking made it through the workday and you kicked fucking ass. Who gives a shit? Fuck what other people think. Sometimes it's hard when you don't get it from the people you want it from the most. You just want someone to look at you and be like, you know what? I appreciate you too. And look at someone and say, hey, I love you, or I appreciate you, or I adore you, or I care about you. Just want them to tell you the same thing. Some people require a little more patience. It's not to say that they're wrong. They're not wrong. It's not a bad quality. It's not a bad trait. People who require a little extra patience aren't bad people. They just come from a different place. They require a little more patience. Those people are even more beautiful, honestly. You know, I'm a headstrong, dive in type of person. I'll get into a relationship with somebody and I'll be like, let's go. And I'm like, let's go. And when that person meets a person that's not that way, like, you have to learn to slow down a little bit, which is good. It's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying that what I'm doing is right and someone else is doing is wrong. But sometimes it's good to just sit back and be like, okay, breathe for a little bit, because I am such a highly anxious person, and I am a person who requires that, you know, affirmation or self-assurance or reassurance or whatever, that, like, sometimes you have to slow down. It's hard to do. It's not easy. It's not easy to just, like, for someone who goes 100 miles an hour at everything, to just fucking stop and be like, okay. But it's also not easy for someone who takes things really slow to just be at 100 like you are. Which is not a bad thing. It can be a really beautiful thing if you just are patient enough to wait it out. Don't regret what you do. I regret going to college. I wouldn't go back if I had the chance. I wouldn't. I wouldn't go here. I wouldn't go anywhere. I would not go to college again, ever. If I had the chance to redo it, I would literally not go. I'd graduate high school and I would fucking go do something else. And college was the best years of my life. I had the best fucking time in college. But I absolutely regret it. Because overall, it's more ruining my life than actually building on. It did not help me at all. Didn't do anything for me. It built friendships, many of which I have still today. But it ultimately didn't do shit. And I wish I didn't go. Crazy, isn't it? You can have literally the best time of your life. I can say, hey, this is the best years of my life, bro. And I'm just like, yeah, I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't go back. I would never go back. I would go straight into my life and just live it. Think before you talk. Really, when you overthink, just sit back for an extra second and think about what you're overthinking. Or, if it has to do with a person, think about that person themselves and what they mean and what the situation is. Like, so for example, like I overthink a lot, almost everything. I'm constantly, my brain just does not ever shut off. And I'm working on getting something for that to just settle down. But like, if you're a highly anxious 1,000-mile-an-hour person and you're dealing with someone who's, slower and gradual and likes to build things and, is not let's get this done, let's enjoy this journey. When you're overthinking, you have to think about that. You have to put that person's perspective into the situation as well. You have to understand that, like, they're not like you. And that is a great, beautiful thing, because sometimes a person who runs 100 miles an hour and everything he does needs to have the brakes put on the e-brake and stop and enjoy the journey and the ride and let it flow and let it be what it's going to be. Be water. Bruce Lee. But when you're dealing with someone who is more relaxed and even, and you approach a relaxed, even person, it's very calm and soothing, and you approach them like Hammy the squirrel from over the hedge, you're going to do what everybody does when a fucking squirrel runs up on you. They're gonna, oh shit, what is that? You're gonna jump out the way and freak out and run. Usually what happens. So if you take anything from this at all, don't have regrets. You're gonna have regrets, but don't regret everything. Enjoy your life. Take time to appreciate things. Appreciate the people that you have, the people that you meet, the people you come across. There's gonna be good and bad. There's a reason why you get both. Understand that sometimes you're sent a person into your life to just either slow you down or speed you up. You don't have to rush. But a person who's going slower may need a little extra pace. A person who's going fast may need to slow down a little bit. It's not a bad thing. Those are good things. And there's usually a reason why they're there. Don't overthink it. Especially don't regret it. And most of all, don't fuck it up. Because those are the biggest regrets of all. Just love people. Appreciate yourself. If you need appreciation, please come to me, because I will absolutely tell you how great of a fucking job you're doing today. Because I am all about that. And then because I love it. And I really don't get it. Just be honest. And as always, Because what other way is there to end an episode? Just don't be a cunt.